Hey everybody. All right, I don't even know what the date is. We're at Wednesday? No, we're at Thursday. What is it, Thursday the 10th, Thursday the 11th, the 9th, I don't know, of April. All right, so this is my second video being shot with my brand new GoPro Black Hero, whatever the heck the thing is called. And I've got it set in wide mode. And so I'm gonna test it out and see what the videos look like and if I'm going to keep it and how this comes out. So I've got it set in the wide mode, which gives you a really different perspective of the whole frame. And they are putting in the beams today. And the disadvantage of this camera is you cannot zoom in with it. So you get a really cool perspective, but you cannot zoom in. And I think that's going to be okay. That is the pumping station that they're working on now, probably the pumping station in the building. And across the street is the stuff that I always show you, where the clarifier and the tank is going to go. So, so it looks pretty awesome. Just being in front of it. There's a motor unit over there for probably LAPD, I'm not sure. Let me try to get this button in time so I can cross. We'll go across the street and we will zoom in on the action going on over here. Yeah, when I left here to go down to the airport, check out my other video that I just posted where I did the first video with my GoPro. But when I left about an hour ago, an hour and 20 minutes ago, they had this beam inside this, whatever this thing is. This is the, I guess, the unit that they were using to drill. But it has a different attachment on it now, it looks like, to hold the beam. So an hour and 20 minutes ago, they were still trying to get this thing lined up. And it's not even in the ground yet. But that's understandable. These are heavy, they are big, they are tall. And you gotta line them up the right way and get them in position properly so the building goes together right. It's not like being one of those people at home where all your corners are not square and you put a bunch of caulk in there to make it work. Nope, that's not it. So let's go walk up over here and get some really good video of what they're doing. This is pretty awesome. And so hopefully with the 4K, not hopefully with the 4K, hopefully with the, oh wait, look at that. Look at that. They've done a lot. They've got this beam in ground. Remember yesterday? Check out my channel yesterday. I was showing how they were boring into the ground. So the boring they put in, these are big beams. You see over there it says 146. I'm assuming that's 100. I don't know if that's 146 feet. Can't be 146 inches. So these beams are in the ground. This is really secure. And then I guess the other beams are going to attach to this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got a lot of beams in here. They've done a lot of work in a short amount of time. These guys are cranking out. So, yeah, pretty impressive. We got a city official over there in one of the cars. And what are these people doing over here? They're either watching or they're wondering what I'm doing. This is awesome. I'd love to watch them push this thing into the ground. I think I've got enough battery on this. The GoPro does not have the best battery, as I said. I just bought this camera, got it set up last night, and bought 3 more batteries that are on the way. I don't know if I'm going to keep the camera, but I bought new batteries and a charger and a bike handle mount. So I'm either going to keep down a lot of memory. So I'm either going to keep this thing or I'm going to return it, depending on what happens when I get home. if I like it, if it takes good video. So it's a 4K camera, but I'm shooting in 1080p 30 frame because I don't want to mess with the editing. I don't want to mess with the big files. I will shoot in 4K once I see if I can do it on this camera. Look at that, pushing it into the ground. So I just bought this GoPro, as I said, and I also bought a 4K camcorder. Not sure if I'm going to use the 4K on that, or if I'm just going to downscale to 1080p, or if I'm just going to shoot 1080p like I'm used to. Camera's pretty expensive if I'm just going to shoot 1080p, but that's okay. It's a better camera than what I have been using, I think. And so if you like my videos, I always say this, nobody does it. Donate to my channel. Ask for my PayPal info. Cranking it down, pushing it into the ground. Look at that. Not really pushing because the holes were already bored out. And I'm assuming if they can't push it through, they just have to stop and pull it out and drill again. I don't know. I don't know how much force this machine's got to push in, to actually force it into the ground. But you can't mess up with this stuff, as I said. This has got to be perfectly lined up when it goes into the ground. I don't know where the level settings or the GPS or whatever is to get this to go in perfectly straight and even. This is also going to be a good test to see if the microphones are good, because I'm shouting over the airplanes and all the noise around here. So it's all a test right now, my second video. I still have some battery power. We'll watch this thing go in, and then I'll go across the street and we'll get a view of the grain area. And pretty awesome. This is incredible, and nobody's out here. Nobody is out here but me recording this. I don't know if it's because they don't have any interest, or if they just don't care, or if they're busy at work, or if they're taking care of things in life. But it looks like I'm the only person out here doing this. I'd say that's about halfway in, and it's just moving along. Those are different heights over there. Let me look on the screen. Yeah, you can see that. So the disadvantage of this is you can't zoom in with this camera. But you get a really nice, I've got it set for the wide view, so hopefully that's going to change how all of this looks for the viewers. And if not, then I'll just return the camera and all the stuff I bought. But we will see. If it comes out good, then I'll put it on the bicycle and I'll take it down to the bike path and test it out. Pretty noisy over here. All right, back off. Keep it on and see how far they push down, if they have a certain level, or I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they're able to figure it out. Maybe it's marked off on the bar. Maybe they're going to measure the height before they stop, or they keep going. I don't know. Are they going to move the dirt away, or are they going to start pushing it in? That's the question of the day. What are they going to do with that hole? starting to vibrate. See, it's shaking a little bit. That's the final push into the ground. So there's probably, they probably only drilled it so far, and now at this point, they've there's not any more of a hole, and they're forcing it into the last couple feet of the ground, I would assume, so that it's secure, or more secure than if it just had a hole. And I don't know if they fill these with concrete, or they've got to fill them with something, I would think. Maybe not. Maybe it's just going into the ground. All right, so they got about another foot or two. And I took out my earplugs when I left the airport so that I could check out the plane over there. See if it tracks, if the camera tracks well. Okay, so I think I'm done with this part. I've seen enough of this. Video's going on way too long. I am going to go across the street now. We'll grab a little bit of 1080p 30 frame video. Alright, so I see something moving, another beam. And I see some trucks across the street. See a trash truck and looks like a couple of horse trailers. So again, that's the disadvantage of it not being able to zoom in. That's the dirt that I've been showing you over and over again. Nobody's been out on this side of it in about 2 weeks, a week and a half. No one's been out here. All the orange heavy equipment is gone. You got that big horse trailer out there. How is this guy gonna make that turn? That's what I want to see. Wow, look at that. That trailer is huge. So 2 horse trailers, and we've got all this dirt, as I said. Here's the 3rd horse trailer. What's going on today? Or is everybody getting their horses out of the town? Because Santa Anita is, well, you know, Santa Anita and their 23 or 24 dead horses. Unbelievable. I am so against using animals for profit. Animals don't need to be, the zoo is one thing, but horse racing, rescuing animals, rescuing cats and dogs and making a couple $100 of profit off of it, totally against that. Okay, so I'm not happy to see this graffiti on this sign. I was going to call it into the city, but I'm going to leave it alone. If you're part of the gang that did that, you're pathetic, you're human garbage and trash, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself if this is what your life has become, writing graffiti on signs. Garbage, human garbage. That's what you are. That's what your kids will be. So, there we go. 1080p. Let's grab a little bit of, I guess I could get the GoPro stick and I'd be able to go way, way up in the air and get a nice view of the pit. But I don't really care. Okay, violators will be cited by nobody around here with a citation book. Nobody. All right, that's the pit. I'm gonna shoot a little bit more of this. Then I'm gonna turn off this camera. I'm gonna try to figure out how to set it to 4K and do a little video in 4K to see what it looks like. So the difference between the camcorder and this thing is that it's got such a wide view. You can set it to narrow, but it's got such a wide view that I'm assuming you don't have to. Oh, there's Station 5. Check it out, Station 5, local fire station. I didn't see them flying down the road. Yesterday, on my other video, I had Station, I think, 5 on video at that same intersection. All right, so I'm gonna shut this thing off now, try to get some shades so I can see this tiny little screen and see if I can set it to 4K. Thanks for watching, everybody. All right, people, this is my 3rd video on the GoPro. The first 2 were shot in 1080p, 30 frames a second. This is my 4K 30 frames a second. I don't know if my PC is capable of crunching it out. I don't know if my editor is going to work to edit. I am going to try to post a 4K video. I'm going to try to process and post a 4K video, and then I'm also going to try to downscale to 1080p and see what it does. Bought the GoPro Hero 7 Black over the weekend at Costco on sale with 228 gig memory chips. Last night I bought 3 batteries and a charger and a bike handle mount. I don't know if I'm going to keep any of this. I'm taking it home and I'm going to see how my 3 videos, this being the 3rd one, come out. And this is the ARGO SUB-BASIN facility that's being built in Los Angeles, Playa del Rey, California, USA, the world, the universe. Across the street over there, I can't zoom in like I could with a normal camcorder, but across the street is the pumping station that they're building, and I have been posting a ton of video on the construction of this whole site. So now that I've got the camera, I bought a regular 4K camcorder, and then I've got this 4K GoPro strictly to try out the wide view lens. I don't see a point in shooting narrow. Maybe some people would want to shoot narrow, but for something like this, I think the wide is either going to give it a really cool perspective, and it will be a reason to keep it, and maybe a wide, put it on the handlebars right on the bike path and get some cool video that nobody's going to watch of me cruising down a bike path at 1 mile an hour. There's another horse trailer, like the 4th horse trailer in the last 5 minutes. Okay, so I don't want to make this too long because this stuff is supposed to be humongous and also burn a massive amount of memory and battery power. So this is the 4K 30 frames on the GoPro Black Hero 7 shot. When is this? We are April, I can't even see. Thursday the 11th. Thursday the 11th of 2019. And leave comments, leave your opinions on the video, the quality, suggestions on GoPro, on filming. Do that thumbs up, subscribe, like if you want to help me out with the purchase of this camera for my channel. Ask for my PayPal info. I will definitely take any donation you want to leave. What else is there? What else is there? And if you watch this in 4K, if I'm able to put this on 4K and upload it, let me know if you notice a difference between the 4K and like I said, I'm going to try to do a 1080 sample or downscaling, and then check out my other videos that I just posted, which were filmed, the first 2 videos that were filmed on the GoPro that were shot in strictly 1080p 30 frames, and tell me if you can see a difference. Thanks for watching, everybody.